All right, Rashad. I don't know what to say, buddy. Hi. How's it going?
It is a little more subdued.
Oh, okay.
It's a little more subdued. All right.
What's up?
He's gone with muted colors. I know it's still Carolina, but still, it's just kind of muted. You can't see. You can't. The mic is covering part of it, but
we were having a discussion if you were going to show up in Panther gear or all black today.
Oh, he's wearing soccer.
Nah.
Is it
it's
soccer?
Not even a soccer shirt. It's
just Charlotte. It's just a town.
A town shirt.
No. Oh, no. So it is what I feared. It is what I feared.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, bro.
I stayed with you for about 22 minutes of your post game yesterday. And I couldn't even bring myself to make jokes. Couldn't do it.
Yes,
didn't have it in me.
It's tough.
Didn't have it in me.
Oh, that was sad. More people turning in at 8 a.m. on Monday than the actual game. That's true, unfortunately.
You know, I said yesterday, I'm gonna bring Rashad on tomorrow. I'm gonna try to give some hope. I'm gonna try to give some optimism. And then I went last night because I did my show prep and I watched the all 22 cam angle from NFL Plus. I ain't got much, bro. I ain't got much.
Yeah, it's ugly, man. It's ugly.
So the great Bryce defender has given up.
No.
Okay.
No,
all right.
There's
all
a
right.
difference between giving up
Okay,
and saying
all right.
I didn't see anything good. It was what I said on Rashad's chat yesterday when he was doing his post game. If you hang this entirely on 9, you do not know ball. If you put this all on him, you don't know ball.
So there's still some of that still left in you. That's good to know that you haven't given up yet.
Bro, did you watch this team? This team sucked yesterday.
I watched the entire game. I'm aware of how bad it was, yes. But there's a focal point to how bad it was, and that would be the quarterback. Whether you want it to be or not, that is the focal point.
It's your focal point.
It's a lot of people's focal point.
It's a lot of people's focal point.
All right, let's see if we can get Rashad through this. Ordinarily on Thursdays at 8:40, we welcome in the host of the Panther Nation podcast, Rashad Bearded. He comes on and I go, "What's up, fella? How we doing?" And he goes, "Doing good, guys." But I watched Rashad's post-game pod yesterday, and Rapod Beard was not in the mood. Are you feeling any better this morning, buddy? I saw you sipping the coffee. You don't have vodka in there or anything at 8:20 in the morning, do you?
No, this is coffee. This is coffee for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm better. You got to sleep on it. Of course, when you go to the game, and that's why I do go live like right after to get those raw emotions out. And it's frustrating, man. That was not a performance that we desired to see. Although expectations were really low. All I ask is that the team compete, and that is not what I saw. I do not see a team that is getting any better. When the only improvement you can hang your hat on is a punt inside the 5-yard line, we got issues. We got some serious issues. So yeah, across the board, just an utter failure. Again, I don't know if it's going to get better anytime soon. But it's not good. It's not good, and I just hate that we have started off the season this way because and I said this in the pregame show that I was doing yesterday, is that it feels like a continuation of last year. Like, it just doesn't feel like it has been separated. Like, last year and this year have merged together, and this is now like week 20 of last year. That's what it feels like.
So you don't think it feels like a regression to a degree because other parts of the game have went down too?
Yeah, no, it feels like a regression, but what I'm saying is that it all feels the same. Like, it's that same feeling that we're not getting any better, right? It's just that same. It's the same feeling, bro, and it's bad. It's really bad. But yes, I do agree, though, that there's regression there for sure.
So I asked this last week I brought it up last week. Lonzo said I'm full of crap. I want to see if you say and say it if you say it with your chest if you do, Rashad. I'm good with it. I asked what were your expectations coming into the year, right? Was it 5-5 or 5 wins, 6 wins, 2 wins, whatever? Because to me, I didn't set a win-loss record as an expectation because I think that's setting yourself up for failure because in that point, what you're saying is ain't one thing but matters and it's the score. And I understand if you're competing for the Super Bowls, if you're the Chiefs, if you're the Cowboys, yeah, then all that matters is the score. But for you guys, I made the argument that Bryce Young's on his 3rd head coach in 2 years. You got a wide receiver crew that everybody is either on a new team or in a different wide receiver position than they were last year. I got guys moving all over the offensive line. You've lost Derek Brown defensively. You've had some injuries stack up. I guess I had to ask what the expectations were. And I know you've said be competitive, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm looking at this team, and I went, there's a lot of new, and it's going to take some time. The only issue I have, Rashad Beard, is I didn't see improvement from week 1 to week 2. And I will say, now I'm nervous because I didn't see any improvement from week. I was letting you off the hook a little bit. Because New Orleans hung 47 on you. Then they went to Dallas's house and put 41 on them. So, maybe you got beat by a damn good team, but then you turned around with a first-year coach in Jim Harbaugh, J.K. Dobbins, who got pulled out of a damn MASH unit in Baltimore and came out there and put a $130+ on you. I am now joining you in being nervous about a new team because you didn't get better from week 1 to week 2, and that is supposed to be the biggest jump in improvement for every football team.
Yeah, and I see you had to throw a little Saints jab in there. Yeah, Saints, put up 40 on the Cowboys. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, like how you threw that in.
Rashad, that's a Saints fact. You're welcome.
It is. It is. But yeah, no, just again, improvement was what we wanted to see, man. And it's not happening. From season to season, we want to see improvement. From game to game, we want to see improvement. And it looks worse. I mean, maybe it has to get worse to get better. But boy, we've been in worse times for a long time. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's frustrating just to watch this team because you don't know what you're going to get. You hope that Bryce gets it together. You hope that the defense gets it together. You understand the injuries that we've incurred. But it's just I don't see when you look at the schedule, I don't see a winnable. I don't see us being competitive with the Raiders. I don't see us being competitive with the Bengals. I don't see us being competitive with a lot of these teams moving forward. So as you project and into the future, looking at the schedule, it doesn't look good. I don't see where we're going to compete. So I'm concerned. I'm very concerned about the mental of this team, the questions that are being asked already in these post game conferences. Is Bryce the guy? How do you feel about the booing? This is stuff you deal with mid-season, later in the season. Right now, week 2, new regime, not a good sign for the Carolina Panthers.
No, it's very much not. And let me make myself clear because I know I got dudes like Deontay beating me up in the chat right now. Bryce stinks right now. I am not saying, nothing's Bryce's fault.
Does
Bryce
that hurt you?
stinks.
That looks painful does. That you're saying that.
Bryce stinks right now. All right. I'm not disagreeing. But there is a difference between everybody else is great and Bryce sucks and everybody sucks. And again, the play that I kind of hung my hat on, Rashad, was the sack that Bryce took where he was under pressure because both the right guard and the running back missed the block. He gets a dude in his face in 2 seconds. He escapes, gets out to the left, gets turned to make a throw. I watched the all-22 cam. Rashad, we're 9 seconds in the play. There ain't a white jersey open anywhere on the damn football field. I don't know what you want him to do in that spot. Now, throw it out of bounds so you don't get sacked for an 8-yard loss, sure.
That would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Bryce stinks, and I'm not arguing that he's not. What I'm saying is if you pin it all on Nine's bad, here's what I hope. You asked yesterday to your stream. I was watching. You said, those of you that are calling for Dalton, what do you want? I'm going to give you my answer. I want Andy Dalton out there to show that BY is a problem, but he ain't the problem. Putting Andy Dalton out there and this team's still stinking will prove that.
Solving the problem would be just run the ball.
They tried. They can't. They suck.
I think you give up a little too quick on running the ball.
Rashad?
I agree with that. 3rd and 2, early in the game, first drive, 3rd and 2, you drop back. Bryce, I think that's the play you're talking about where Bryce drops back. He takes a sack, puts us out of field goal position, and that was early in the game. So that basically dictates the entire game moving forward. We can't do anything on 3rd down. 3rd and short, 3rd and 5. We've only converted 2 third downs in 2 games. Like, it's bad. Like, it's really bad. I do think we give up on the run pretty quick. I think we had 18 rushes yesterday. We should have done what the Chargers did to us. They ran the ball 44 freaking times on us, right? We desire to be what the Chargers are, right? That's who we should be. That team, the Chargers didn't do anything great yesterday. They didn't do anything awesome. They were just mid, but they did enough to beat us because we are complete trash. That's all I got.
Vietnam says we can't run because the defense doesn't respect Bryce's ability to throw. They're just going to load the box. Listen, yes, I don't disagree with that. But again, and this is my issue. Like, I saw people coming after Xavier Legette. Rashad, you know Legette's my guy. I have been a fan of this guy since the day after y'all drafted him. I brought you on the pod, and I'm like, you're going to love this kid. He's a dude. Again, I implore you, if you haven't, go watch the All-22 cam from behind the offense looking out. The separation's not there, and while the offensive line got upgraded, it's better than last year. I'm not going to argue it's as bad as last year because it ain't. But it's not like the pocket is clean for him to look. The point I'm making here, Rashad, is yes, Bryce Young stinks, but there's a lot of stink out there to go around, bro.
But bro, I think we can cherry pick plays. I can cherry pick a play where Adam Thielen's running wide open and he gets missed. Like we can cherry pick all kind of plays, good, bad, and indifferent. The problem is it's not consistent. Nobody's consistent, right? We can't get consistency out of Bryce. We can't get consistency in the play calling because they're gonna. Right now, let's keep it. I'm all right. I'm about to pod. You're about to get Rapod here.
Oh, Rapod beer. Let's do this.
Listen, and I'm guilty of this too, right? And I've been guilty of this. I've been trying to give Bryce the benefit of the doubt here, but there's a lot of coddling of Bryce Young right now. Like we have to call a spade, right? Canales was brought in here. I said this yesterday. Canales was brought in here to fix Bryce. Andy Dalton isn't fixing our issues. You were hired because you are a QB whisperer. You can't whisper. You're not whispering right now. You're not doing your job. The job you were brought in to do, which is fix Bryce Young. So getting Andy Dalton in here is putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. That's not fixing the problem. Bryce Young needs to play this out. Good, bad, or indifferent. He stays in there, and we take our medicine. Canales takes his medicine. If he gets fired over it, that's him. You shouldn't have said you could fix Bryce Young. You know what I mean? So Bryce Young has to go out there, and he has to play, and he has to get better. If not, this team is going to be bad.
Somebody, Alex said Rapod like the Goblin Mask talking to Sean. That's the best thing I've heard. All right, I got one or two more because we got a minute or two left here, Rashad. You got Thielen on the field looking like he's about to pop a nerve. You got Moton out there. Looks like he was ready to hit Bryce in the side of the head when he threw a pit. I mean, it looked bad on the sideline. Now, in fairness, Thielen went in the locker room and said, it's on all 11 of us. It ain't on Bryce. Deontay Johnson said, that's my quarterback, man. I got, he gives us the best chance to win. The biggest problem you have right now, it ain't play calling, where I got Canales running 5-yard outs on 3rd and 8. Let's figure it out, all right? It ain't just the fact that I got an offensive line that still ain't gelled 2 weeks in. The biggest problem y'all got right now, in my opinion, is your locker room's falling apart. And you asked yesterday, why Andy Dalton? And I said, look, because let me phrase it a different way. Because Andy Dalton will prove if Bryce Young is the biggest problem or not. Right? That's the only reason I got to put him in there. Because if he comes in and there's any success, it's on BY, and even I will have to walk that back. But if you got a locker room looking to whoop each other's ass on the field more than they're trying to whoop the Chargers' ass, Rashad, that's where you're going to find yourself in trouble, and it's only going to get worse.
Well, yeah, I agree. Listen, I like to see, bro. I'm watching other games where, look at the way, I think my man Carlos said it in the chat. Look at the way that Callahan handled Will Levis when he had Will Levis over there looking like you got to unload on these guys sometimes. And this was my concern with Canales and his super positivity thing that he does, right? Things are great. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, they're not. They're not great. Things are not great. You have to get in somebody's face and you have to call things out and there has to be consequences, right? You have to do what you need to do. The team is going to implode on each other if you don't get in there and do something about it. You're going to lose this locker room, like you're saying. It's already starting, right? I feel terrible for Canales because this is not all his fault. You look at the guys that have been here for a while. They've been dealing with this, right? The fans are now like the boo birds were really loud. This is week 2. Typically, it takes a little time to get into the boo phase. We're already in the boo phase in week 2. First home game. There should be all excitement. We should just be happy to see football back in Charlotte. And then the boo birds were out heavy. Everybody's feeling it. We're all frustrated. So it's going to implode there in the locker room, in Charlotte, all over the place if things don't start to improve. And again, the bar is low. That's what I want everybody in your viewing area to understand. The bar is low. We just want to see competitive football. We don't even care about winning at this point.
Rashad Beard hosts.
Competitive. Sorry. My
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Rashad Beard hosts the Panther Nation podcast. You can find them on X at Panther Nation PC. My man, appreciate you. I know you ain't feeling it, but I'm gonna give you a week off next week. We'll come back after that, see if you still got your sanity together.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
I love you, dog. Rashad Beard, Panther Nation podcast. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with us. We got to take a break. John Blau with the Post and Courier next to talk Clemson ball on the Rob Brown Show in the Fan Upstate. All right, big dog. Well, see you.
New life.
All right, guys. Stepping away for a live read back. John Blau after this. Hang tight.